Hi everyone, Coach Elisa here. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about all things narcissistic, and I'm going to go ahead and ask you right now to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it the thumbs up. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the cluster B personality as it pertains to the DSM-5. There are 4 personality disorders in the cluster B in the DSM-5, and they are Histrionic Personality Disorder, Borderline Personality Disorder, Narcissistic Personality Disorder, and Antisocial Personality Disorder. So I'm just going to touch briefly on Histrionic Personality Disorder and Borderline Personality Disorder, and then I'm going to get more into the meat of what is Narcissistic Personality Disorder and what is Antisocial Personality Disorder and how are they different. So Histrionic Personality Disorder is one of the disorders that falls into the cluster B personality disorders in the DSM-5. It is part of the dramatic cluster, as all cluster Bs are, and histrionic itself refers to hyster or hysterectomy, referring to the female hysterectomy. So oftentimes people with histrionic personality disorder are those who really use their bodies or their sexuality to exploit people and get their way. Now, borderline personality disorder is one of the most unfortunate here because the borderline personality disordered person really truly lives in a constant state of emotional pain. They are quite often in anguish emotionally. They truly believe that they are a burden to their family and friends, and they truly believe that the world would be a better place without them in it. They often idealize suicide because of the constant pain that they are in. And they are also, however, the most likely of all of these cluster B personality disorders to seek professional help because of the anguish that they are in. It's my understanding, however, that many of them will start treatment, but they won't finish because they honestly lack funds. It's very, very expensive to continue in the therapy that they need in order to better their lives. So let's talk about narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder. So narcissistic personality disorder is characterized by superficial charm, a lack of empathy. They are often grandiose and very entitled. They are attention seeking. They rely on outside sources for value. They truly have no intrinsic value, and they have a very inflated ego. So antisocial personality truly can embody all of those narcissistic tendencies. So it's fair to say that someone with antisocial personality disorder can be a narcissist, but a narcissist is not a sociopath or does not have antisocial personality disorder. The main differences that I have personally noticed there to be between the two pathologies is that the sociopath or someone with antisocial personality disorder will often commit acts that are grounds for arrest. Quite frequently, these type of individuals end up incarcerated. They're in the system. They also tend to put other people's livelihoods or lives in danger. Now, whether that means constantly stealing from someone, or if it means putting their lives physically in danger, either one of those can be true. It's just a matter of really subjecting other people to dangerous situations or situations that will bring them harm. And the third thing that's very important to know about antisocial personality disorder and what someone has to have in order to be diagnosed is there has to be conduct disorder before the age of 15. So what does that mean? That means someone perhaps that is a really troubled teenager that ends up in the juvenile system, who frequently bullies other kids, who steals, who perhaps harms animals, these sort of children are at higher risk of developing antisocial personality disorder. So for example, in my own life, I have come across a woman who I believe embodies all of the characteristics for antisocial personality disorder. And one more thing I want to add to this is that antisocial personality disorder is really unfortunately named how it's named. It is more commonly referred to as sociopathy or psychopathy in our culture. And so it doesn't mean that you have to be a Ted Bundy to be a sociopath either, or a psychopath. There are, just like narcissism, there are varying degrees, there are different personalities, and so it will manifest itself in different ways. In our society, we will often refer to people who are introverted as being antisocial, someone that, you know, maybe just wants to stay home for the weekend or who doesn't feel really like socializing. We will say, oh, they have an antisocial personality. But being introverted and being overwhelmed when you're around people is far different than being a person who has antisocial personality disorder. Another thing that I would like to point out, one of the major characteristics of both of these personality disorders is deceit. Narcissists and sociopaths alike frequently lie, and they unfortunately believe their own lies. They live in a delusional world where their lies actually shape their reality. And so both of the personality disorders are characterized by high levels of deceit, and they will often lie about things that the rest of us leave us wondering, why would you lie about something so silly? So back to my own life, I came across a woman who I believe really embodied all of these traits. The problem was, did she actually have conduct disorder present before the age of 15? And because she and I grew up in the same area, it was brought to my attention from a very reliable source that this particular woman, who is now incarcerated mostly for theft and stealing, was indeed stealing as a teenager. By the time she was 15 or 16 years old, I was able to confirm that not only was she shoplifting, but she was so comfortable in shoplifting that she was teaching other people, her friends, how to shoplift. So that would be grounds for really solidifying that this particular individual is most likely an antisocial personality disordered individual. So as you move forward, hopefully this will give you a gauge of, am I dealing with a narcissist or am I dealing with a sociopath, and how you can tell those differences. I would urge you to not sit around and wait for someone to be diagnosed, because the likelihood of someone, especially with narcissistic personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder, the chances of them getting help are almost zero. Sometimes people with narcissistic personality disorder will reach out for help. It's rare, but it does happen. But almost never will a sociopath reach out for help. And the only time that they will get help is when they are court-ordered to get help. And even then, it's just a matter of them getting the boxes checked off so that they can go about their business. So I hope this video has been helpful, and please go ahead and give it the thumbs up, and remember to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.